Remember, as we said, that when we talk about epigenetics, we're not looking at changing the sequence, we're talking about changing the expression of the gene. Okay, so in other words, what we eat, think about this carefully now, what we eat can affect us and can affect what's in your tummy, which is your baby, but not just that, can affect the genes of the baby in her reproductive cells, which means the grandchild can be affected by what you eat. And it's not just what you eat, it's also with exercise and lifestyle. So for example, someone who does not have a healthy lifestyle, such as not sleeping appropriately when it comes to the time amount of sleep and the quality of sleep, or not having sufficient exercise, you're actually programming how much expression of certain types of cancerous genes you can have in yourself, but in your child to come, but also in the child that will be a grandchild to you. So we have seen this F1, F2, and F3 filial generations. And so an example is obesity. So someone who's very obese or someone who's extremely undernourished, and we've seen this in real life studies with people from Scandinavia who went through starvation and hunger, their children had a large amount of schizophrenic children after that starvation period. And we find that those mothers who are severely malnourished during that time had a high percentage of schizophrenic kids, and later on the grandchildren of those, these are followed patients, so we know this, had a high rate of schizophrenic compared to other parts of that country where they were not exposed to the malnutrition in the world war. Okay, so we know that that can directly affect them. And then here comes maternal adversity. So a mom who has low socioeconomic status, who has stressful events, anxiety, depression, and malnutrition, that mother will have more methylation of her genes, which will cause also methylation of the baby's genes, and the baby will have methylation of her reproductive cells, which means that a mother who's stressed out at high levels, which we can tell literally by looking at their gene expression, their children or grandchildren can have antisocial behaviors, schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, and then you wonder to yourself, why? So it's not all bad news. What we're trying to say here is that with epigenetics, we can modify our lifestyle. And so with exercise, with diet, with nutrition, and with a balanced lifestyle, we can actually decide how the genes that was handed to me by grandmother or grandfather, we can decide if they will be expressed or not now or later on, or ever at all. And one of those typical examples like diabetes. Diabetes, we know we can actually suppress diabetes even though you have everybody in your family with diabetes by lifestyle. You can literally suppress the genes that will expose you to a high level of diabetic changes just by your lifestyle, which includes all the things that we've just mentioned, such as lifestyle, diet, exercise. And when we talk about diet, we're talking about a healthy nutrition, okay, well-balanced diet. And when I initiated the discussion, we spoke about specifically about vegetables and fruits. And the reason why we speak about that, because there's something about the phytochemicals in fruit and vegetables that have been directly associated with methylation. So don't forget that term, methylation, which we can actually do just by changing our diet.